All right, guys, Ford Banger is back. So I'm sure some of you know already about the incident that had happened this weekend, where I had lost my brakes and was able to get back on track and such, and had a 30% set of Ferodo pads that were sitting in the trailer, retired anyways, because they're just absolutely horrible when it came to stopping this car. There were multiple instances where I was running the Ferodo, the 3.12 endurance pads, and had ended up off track or wide into the turns, multiple times at other events earlier in the year, and they just were not a good pad for this car. I've been using primarily Hawk DTC70s up front and DTC 60s in the rear, and have had really good success with that. They have the Hawk pads have a very, very good bite and a very good initial, pressure and stop that allows, when you push the pedal down, you get that immediate pull into your seatbelt. Whereas those Ferodo pads, you just didn't get that. It was a lot more brush braking, earlier braking. I noticed that compared to the test day when I ran, and then yesterday, or on the test day, I had the Hawk pads, and then before the incident had happened, and then I had the Ferodos on Saturday, 3 to 5 seconds per lap slower. Even though these aren't the stock GT500 brakes anymore, and they went down significantly in size, to be able to fit the AP set on them, which I had to do some customization work to the hubs to make the GT350R brake kit fit on the GT500, and that reduced the size of the rotors pretty significantly. The Hawks have still been great in the sense of stoppability and such, and I haven't had issues with the brakes, overheating or losing brake pressure or not being able to brake, even with the smaller brakes. Now, it definitely comes at the cost of the rotor, which, the catastrophic failure that I had at the track on, Friday can be definitely attributed to that. There were some cracks and some things that were in that rotor that were towards the edge, and I should have changed them prior to this happening, but, if anything, lesson learned. So, anyways, I'll post the video of what happened at the track, so you guys can see, from the first-person point of view, how, I ended up, going straight through the turn. And then I have another video there that shows you where I would normally brake and the way that I would take the turn. And it also shows right before I go through that turn to end up off track, that at turn 7, which is the hairpin there in Sebring, I broke at the same spot that I usually brake, and it ended up taking me out way wider than it normally does. So I'll share that here probably on this same post that I post this video on. I just wanted the damage and stuff. So obviously excited to have gotten this thing put back together and it to be beautiful and all that again. And at the end of the day, this is racing. She's a race car, so sometimes things like this happen, and they you hope that they last a little a little longer than this, but mostly what's here is cosmetic. So a lot of this burn that you see here, I had just had it PPF'd. Crown Motorsports here in Pinellas Park, did the work. They use an Expel PPF, which is a really good PPF. I've actually, when this car was originally wrecked, I had PPF on it at Road Atlanta, and I contacted a concrete wall, and literally when you peeled the PPF back, everywhere it contacted the concrete wall, shy of what was actually broken, all the paint and everything underneath of that was good. So I started to kind of peel up on it a little bit. It looks like all the paint under it for the most part is good. The fender here has got a little bit of a crease in it. I'm not sure if I'm going to brace that up and fix that or end up replacing the fender. And then mostly what you see here on the front bumper is cosmetic for the most part. I mean, it's you can see, bumper's broken. Most of the fog light stuff is gone. And then I had designed a auxiliary cooler here that I had PWR make, and I'm gonna have to get another one of these sent to me. So not too bad. As far as damage goes, I think, I might need a headlight here, which is just a cheap Chinese headlight anyways. Not too bad as far as the damage goes. Hood is okay. Again, PPF burn, all that'll peel off, and re-stick. Grills still look okay. Even like some of the lower plastics and things are all look good and reusable. So I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just kind of an unfortunate circumstance to be in, but again, all part of racing. I know Sebring's going to send me a bill for a couple tire packs that were damaged in the process. They said something like $500 a pack. I think I damaged 2 packs. So we're going to get her put back together. Going to get her fixed. I'm going to try to get out to Eagles Canyon here in 2 weeks with for the NASA event. May or may not make that, just depending on parts and things like that coming in. But I'm going to get her torn down, and I'll take some update photos and video whenever I get it done. So in the meantime, it's pretty nice out here, 80 degrees. I know you guys are suffering there back home, and I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. But yeah, it's fortunate to be able to be out here, working on this car. And then the last thing that I want to say is that when the damage happened to the car on Friday, and I didn't think that I was going to be able to race or make it, and I was able to get the car put back together, and then obviously wrecked it. I feel that I would have rather have done it this way, gotten the car put back together, went out there, raced, and made it at least a successful trip, even though, it's going to come at the cost of, some financial cost, because just going all the way out to a track and getting ready and being hyped up for an event, and then to not even be able to run due to like mechanical failure or, whatever it is so disappointing. You just come home, you beat your head on the wall, and you're just like, for days just bummed out as the race and the event's going on. Like, man, I should be out there, I should be running, and, you're watching everybody else out there have fun and have a good time. So, worked hard, pushed hard to, get myself out there on the track, and, I worked with what I had with these pads, and, it was a judgment call. Not the best one, but, I did what I could to, get out there and try hard. So, you learn some lessons. I guess I'll keep some backup brake pads and, make sure that I get, spare parts that I've used replaced, and, hopefully in the future things, work out better. So, in the meantime, Ford Banger out.